Hey guys, it's Donna Rudowitz and happy Monday. Can you believe we're at September 14th already? I'm looking at the days and the times and we're flying through. First summer was here, now we're in fall. And if you're anywhere near here where I am, and that's in New York, we have a beautiful fall that's lining up. The weather has been gorgeous and really has been nice. So what I wanted to come in here today and share with you, one, we're going to be talking about something which I think is very important, and that's the concept of changing your questions, which will in turn change your life. And what I wanted to do is just bring you up to speed on what's going on and your opportunity to do the work now. So just a quick announcement before we go any further, that starting October 1st, there's going to be a new cohort of Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond. And what that means to you is this is a 12-week transformational program. It's a coaching program where you and I come in together to reclaim your brilliance, to make plans of what you want in your life, to take your life to the next level, both in relationships, in the relationship with yourself, and the relationship with others. So if you have been affected by divorce or relationship breakup, or you're just in a space where you don't want to, you know that there's more to life than this, and you know that you're ready to step up into the next level of your life, you know you're ready to reclaim your brilliance, you want to attract love that lasts, and for whatever reason, you've done the coaching, you've done the therapy, you've read the books, you've done all the pieces, but those pieces haven't fallen together for you, then I would encourage you to consider joining the Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond cohort, which starts October 1st, which is perfect timing because we're in the middle of September. So we have 3 months to close out the end of the year, right? October, November, and December. So with that said, I'm going to put a link in the comments below. If this is something that interests you, you let me know and you're going to book a breakthrough call and we could chat. But let's get on to what I really wanted to talk to you today about, and that is changing your questions, which in turn will change your life. Have you ever taken an inventory of how you look at things or the questions that you ask? If, for example, a lot of times if there's a goal or there's something we're looking to achieve, one of the things that we'll ask ourselves is how hard is this? Or what am I going to be up against? Or, gosh, I don't know, do I have enough to do this? Do I have enough money? Do I have enough time? Do I have enough resources? But what happens if we change the question? And what happens if we replaced the negative or the lack type of questions with a question something similar to this? What could be great about this? What is in this opportunity? What is there for me to learn? What is there for me to expand upon? What people are there for me to connect with? Because if we ask ourselves empowering questions, we're going to get empowering results. As a psychological human being, right? And as a person who studies human behavior, the physiological part of our bodies, the psychological part of our bodies, our brains, of how we show up in the world, I could tell you that we are socially conditioned, and what we've been taught is to look at our limitations, not necessarily to look at what we do really well. And just by default, if you don't do this, you probably know a lot of people that may do this, that you may enter into doing something and you'll notice everything that you've done wrong, but you don't notice necessarily what you've done right. And I was just having a conversation with one of my coaches in training, and these are women who have gone through my 12-week Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond signature program. And now they've loved the program so much, it's transformed their lives that they want to learn the methodology so they could go help other people. And they're going to become Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond coaches. But one of the things that we were talking about this morning was looking at, when outside people, when friends and family see what she's done in the last few months, they will say to her, wow, I can't believe how much you've done. I can't believe how much you've accomplished. But when she was looking at her life, she was saying how little she's accomplished, or she doesn't see it the same way. She's looking at how little she's done, or maybe that she hasn't done enough. And isn't that the way most of the time? Isn't that the way that we view our life, we view relationships, is not necessarily of what we've done right and asking empowering questions. It's really maybe we haven't done enough, or what we could have done better, or how we could have showed up this way, or what we could have said differently. So what I want to encourage you today is acknowledge and just sort of begin to take an inventory of how you show up in the world and the questions that you ask yourself. Are you coming from a critical standpoint, or are you coming from a coaching standpoint? So what I'd like to say is, am I coming from Coach Donna, or am I coming from Critical Donna? So Critical Donna is going to look at what I'm doing wrong. Critical Donna is going to look at how I could have done something better. Critical Donna is going to look at how maybe this was a wrong decision, or it wasn't the right decision. Where Coach Donna is going to look at, what did I do great in that situation? Coach Donna is going to say, okay, maybe it didn't turn out the way you wanted, but what did turn out well for you? What have you learned? What could you learn to do so you're going to continue to do in the future? And what are things that you absolutely know that you don't want to do again? So you're not going to do them. So these are lessons that we're learning. So when you ask better questions, you get better results. And I want to ask you, for all of those of you who have kids, this is a perfect example, because I know that you're going to kind of see me here, and even with other coworkers. When my daughter used to come home from school, I used to ask her, how was your day? And the first thing that she would say to me is, it was all right. That was it every day. How was your day? It was all right. And trying to get conversation with her about what happened on her day was like pulling teeth. And then one day I changed the question. Instead of saying, how was your day? The question I asked her is, what was the best thing that happened today? And she stepped back and she thought about it. She goes, oh, here's what happened. And she went on to this experience with her daughter, with her friend, and what happened and how they did this and how the teacher saw that. And then she got to help the teacher and how great it was. It was a simple shift of a question, right? And that expanded her and opened up, because I asked her a very specific question. What was the best thing that happened today? So I'm going to invite you to do that, is when you're looking back at your day, or talking to your children, or talking to others, not just asking, well, how was your day? But asking, what was the best thing that happened today? What was the best thing that happened? And just to see the results you get, because I promise you, they're going to be dramatically different. Some other questions that we could ask ourselves. Change our questions. We're going to change our life. Remember, empowering questions lead to empowering results. So what are some other questions? One is, what is the best thing that happened today? Number two is, why am I so blessed today? What happened today? I am so blessed today. Why am I so blessed today? What are the things that happened in my life? What people did I meet? What experiences did I have? What sensations did I have? What the running water, or just the taste of a fruit, or being able to go to the farm stand, or just being able to say hello or open a door for someone. That's going to lead to some empowering results. And also, how did I get so lucky? How did I get so lucky? How did I get so lucky to be living this life? How did I get so lucky to have the people and the children and the things, my clients, my experiences? How did I get so lucky? What was the most important thing I learned today is really another great question. What's the most important thing that I learned today? And this is a great question to ask yourself as you're going to sleep, is doing the recap of the day and asking, what is that? What was so important, and what was the best part, and what was the best part of myself learning today? Another question you could ask yourself is, what muscle is the universe inviting me to work out today? Right? What muscle is that universe inviting me to work out? Because your challenge is not a stumbling block. Your challenge is your stepping stone. And that's another way to look at it, right? Is if I'm going to look at my challenge as something that's taking me down, or can I look at my challenge as the opportunity to develop a muscle that I've been needing to develop, that I'm finally going to take a hint from the universe and develop this muscle? Because your lessons are going to come to you, whether you want them or not. The lessons that you're meant to learn, and the things that your soul and your evolutionary path and your soul is going to show up. And it could be with relationships. It could be with professional relationships or personal relationships. It could be doing with yourself. Maybe there's some forgiveness or trust, or maybe there's confidence or self-worth, or maybe it's showing up in bravery, or showing up in your authentic self. I don't know what it is. Only you can know what that is. But what I do know is that your lessons are going to present itself. So you could either have those lessons and those challenges come up consistently, or you could say, wait a minute, I'm done with these. I don't want to repeat this lesson. I'm ready to learn it. I'm ready to retrieve what I'm meant to retrieve and use that for my higher good and my higher self. And what I would lastly say about asking better questions is, and I don't know if this is necessarily a question or maybe it's a statement, but it's being honest with yourself. I can't tell you how many times that I've spoken to people who said, oh, I'm fine being alone, or I'm fine not having a partner, or I'm fine, I feel like I've forgiven, I'm fine, like I'm just going to move through it, or the trust or the betrayal or the confidence, and I'm fine. And what a lot of people do is we minimize the struggle. Because as people, we move towards pleasure and we move away from pain. But that's not going to help you. Right? That's only going to have continuous negative energy following you around like a cloud. What's really going to help you is when you become honest and you say, yep, this is absolutely an area that I need to work on, or I'm absolutely happy 100% who I am and how I'm showing up in the world. And I'm so happy living my life alone. But deep down inside, in my heart, I know I'm meant to have that soulmate. I know I'm meant to have that love, and I can't wait to step in that relationship. Or you may be in a relationship right now where you're just saying, my relationship isn't at all where I want it to be, but I know it could be different. And I'm ready to do what I need to do and to do the work in order to change that. So what I would say is, remember today, like as just as a close to today's conversation, is change the way that you're asking your questions. Are you asking your questions from a critical and lack standpoint, or are we asking your questions from the empowering standpoint? Because when you ask better questions, you get better results. So with that said, I'll see you guys later. And again, Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond cohort is starting October 1st. So if that's something you're interested in, book a breakthrough call today, and comments will be below, and that's it. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.